Hello, I'm Darren again. The topic for today comes from some questions asking what are the common signs of avoidant personality disorder, sometimes referred to as AVPD. Now, avoidant personality disorder is part of the cluster C group of personalities, along with obsessive compulsive personality disorder and dependent personality disorder. And these are characterized by intense fearfulness, anxiety, and insecurity. Now, someone with avoidant personality might seem shy and introverted, but there is much more to it than that. AVPD is characterized by a long-term, pervasive pattern of social inhibition. There's feelings of inadequacy, extreme sensitivity to negative evaluation or rejection, and there's avoidance of social interaction, sometimes even intimate relationships, due to a fear of criticism or disapproval. I think it's important to note that while many people may experience some of these behaviors or feelings from time to time, for those with avoidant personality disorder, these traits would be long-term, enduring, inflexible, and can cause significant distress or impairment to their day-to-day functioning. So some common signs of avoidant personality disorder would be firstly an intense fear of rejection. Now, this can involve avoiding or withdrawing from social situations. There can be a reluctance to engage in any activities where they might experience criticism. In social situations, they may struggle to interact with others, constantly preoccupied with the fear of being rejected, criticized, or judged negatively for maybe doing or saying the wrong thing. There can be a difficulty relaxing, studying others for signs of disapproval. Following interactions, they may analyze, ruminate, looking for anything that could be perceived as negative. In some cases, they may seek reassurance from a friend, maybe a family member. For instance, following an interaction with others, they might go over all of the details, sometimes repeatedly, but ask things like, "Did that sound okay? Do you think they thought I was rude?" Or "What do you think they meant by that?" Another sign of avoidant personality is low self-esteem. There are feelings of unworthiness and inadequacy. There's a fear of being socially inept and being inferior to others. There can also be people-pleasing behaviors, avoiding any kind of conflict or disapproval. There can be difficulty making decisions, especially where other people are involved, so they may second-guess themselves a lot, and here we would also see low self-confidence. People with avoidant personality may struggle to identify and manage difficult feelings and emotions, so they might try to avoid any situation that might bring up any kind of emotional discomfort or distress. The distress can feel overwhelming. Which leads me on to the next sign. Due to the fear of rejection and criticism, people with avoidant personality tend to be highly risk averse. They struggle to try new things, preferring to stick to what's familiar. For instance, they may stay in a role in work rather than apply for a promotion, or not engage in a new hobby or interest that they may genuinely be interested in. They can find it difficult to adapt to new environments and new people. But by avoiding risks, they're avoiding the possibility of failure, which can lead to ridicule, but they're also avoiding the possibility of success, which can bring envy. Either way, they're trying to avoid any kind of disapproval. But the lack of willingness to gain new experiences or to take risks can limit their fulfillment and their growth, can prevent people from reaching their true potential. Next, people with avoidant personality disorder might believe themselves to be undeserving of love and affection. They feel disconnected. They can struggle with intense feelings of insecurity and fear that others will not accept them. They can also have a difficulty expressing difficult emotions. They struggle to express how they feel. Now again, fearing disapproval, they may fear appearing vulnerable, and this can make it difficult to connect with others, even close friends and partners. So they could find it difficult to seek out friendship or company unless they feel certain the other person will like them. But even then, find it difficult to share too much personal information or discuss their feelings, maybe only really talk about superficial experiences. And this can make it difficult to form or maintain relationships with others. It's like everything the other person does might be analysed for evidence of disapproval or rejection. Now, even if there is just good-natured teasing or banter, there's no ill will attended. Or maybe someone points out their concern at their shyness or their anxiety, it can feel like disapproval. And this can lead to a limited social network and a lack of close relationships. It can also lead to social isolation. Now, isolating themselves can be a way for someone with avoidant personality to cope with feelings of anxiety around others, but it can lead to further disconnection and loneliness. The more they isolate themselves, the more self-conscious and anxious they become around others. This can make romantic relationships difficult, either fearing they're not good enough for the partner, expecting them to leave at any moment, or becoming dependent on their reassurance. And just like everybody else, people with avoidant personality disorder can still have a desire for close relationships. But again, that fear of rejection, the embarrassment, and the humiliation causes withdrawal from others, which can form a negative feedback loop that fuels those feelings of inadequacy and unworthiness. And lastly, in many of the symptoms, we see overlaps with other disorders such as dependent personality, obsessive compulsive personality. We also see overlaps with things like social anxiety disorder and depressive disorders, which can make it difficult to identify. Now, that being said, these, among other things, can be comorbid with avoidant personality disorder. So to summarize, avoidant personality disorder is much more than just being shy or socially awkward. There are feelings of extreme anxiety and inadequacy, there's social inhibition, and a sensitivity to negative criticism or rejection. There are fears of being socially inept, there's low self-esteem and feeling inferior to others. And much of the avoidance is around the fear of being rejected, ridiculed, and shamed. Treatment for avoidant personality disorder often involves psychotherapy to help people manage their fears and improve their social skills, challenge their negative thought patterns, and to build self-confidence in social situations. In some cases, medication is also used to manage associated symptoms such as anxiety or depression. But that's just a few common signs of avoidant personality disorder. Now, as always, if there's anything I've missed, anything you'd like to add, please feel free to use the comment box below. There are some interesting conversations start from these videos. But if you find this video interesting, please consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, thanks for watching.